The book I read for the month of November was Making Sense by Waceke Nduati Omanga. Conversations about personal finance. Am I spending too much on lifestyle? Can I get out of debt? Why are we always arguing about money? I want to make millions, but how? Will more money make me happy? These were some of the questions that she handled and tackled in the entirety of this book, Making Sense. It was so beautifully written and crafted, and Waceke Nduati, a Kenyan author, did such a beautiful job at describing the conversations that people usually have about money. And some of the conversations that really that I highlighted because they were so important to me were how our money beliefs with money. How, when you think about being a spender, a saver, where do these terms come from? Sometimes we think these are just our natural personalities. You know what? I was born like this. I was born a spender and he was born a saver. She was born a miser. She was born a giver. But these things just didn't come up naturally. These were inculcated in our family culture, in the conversations our parents have, in the conversations our parents didn't have, in our community, what we felt about money. Was money something that was evil? Was it something that did not grow from trees? Was it something that naturally came? And these conversations, day in, day out in our homesteads, helped you and I create a belief system in ourselves of what money was. Was money a tool? Was money to be spent? Was money to be invested? And such things were learned from a very young age. And as a parent, currently, I was really nudged by this, because what conversations am I currently having in my home? Have I taught my children that money is something that they should not even think about? Or am I teaching them like the way we see Indians in our country take their children to the places of production rather than always taking our children to the places of consumption? And that was such a highlighter for me, just not for me right now, but also for the children that I'm nurturing. A second thing that I really loved from this book was budgeting. Do you fear budgeting, such that budgeting has become like an ostrich where you bury your head in the sand and you don't want to think about it, don't want to reflect upon it, don't want to mention it? Well, you have to review what budgeting means to you, because it will tell you where your money is actually going and where you can take it and where you shouldn't take it. And realistically, do I even have the money to spend? Do I have the money to invest? And those conversations will lead you to ask yourself, the money that I'm actually earning, is it enough to sustain my current lifestyle? Is it enough to sustain the future of my children? And that's what I liked about this book, budgeting, thinking realistically about where my money is going. And this was important because it builds onto the third point that I loved, and that is, are you building your own factory? Are you building your own portfolio that when you stop working, when you stop having the energy to work, you know that income will constantly be coming into you? Rather than spending all your money, do you set aside portions of your income to build your own factory, rather than building your bundles, your credits, your food, your supermarkets, your fuel, your car repairs? All those are putting profits in other people's pockets rather than putting money into your own pocket. And for anyone who has been struggling with finance, this book, Making Sense, is simply and beautifully written to understand, for you to go through in such a realistic way. And the graphics and the quotes that she highlighted will surely help you guide you through the process. At the end of the book, she had templates that you can use to actually create a budget, to actually think of the different investment portfolios that you can earn an income from. And I really encourage you to go get this book, Making Sense by Waceke Nduati Omanga. Let's grow together, for my people perish because of lack of knowledge.